Oh, and we're back in the foggy streets of Welsh. No.
It's not Welsh, it's Wales.
I do live here, I swear. I don't live here, I live near here, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so we're back in Wales. This is our local. Everyone knows that because I say it every time that we enter the town.
I think we've been here like 3 or 4 times this week.
Do people feel like they'd actually like know this place, even if you've never been there?
I think if you ever come to Wales, you'd feel like you know the charity shop, like the route at least.
I think Welsh should put us on like the commerce board, like as in like come to Wales, you can go to the charity shops, and then we'd be our faces, and we'll be like, this is Wales. These are our charity shops.
We go picking all over the country, but we love Wales.
Wales is our favourite.
Same.
Anyway, let us know what you think of Wales. This is our favourite charity shop. I don't know how many times I've said that. Everyone take a shot. Every time I say this is my favourite charity shop.
I'll be honest, at this point, I'm bored.
Oh, thanks, Oz. That's really kind of you.
No problem.
You talk through then. You tell the people what you're doing.
No problem at all. At the moment, I am flicking through the garments in front of you. That's a cream corded jacket. That's a blue top, and then we have some more various coloured items. I'm not sure if I find anything in this actual unique selection.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Mac Studio. Well, we'll move past that, even though much Murano, because it's shrunk. What's this?
So I found many pairs of these. So these are Diesel jeans. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think Diesel's having a resurgence. You know, it is. It's having a moment. Y2K.
Yeah, I got to say, every time you say that and we pick up something Diesel, it sells well.
Exactly. So you avert your eyes. They were low-rise jeans. Now, they had 4 pairs of them, women's. I know men's do well, but they're women's ones. They were between £4 and £3, which bargain.
My hands almost stuttered for me then after I realised I'd gone past this and then seen it. This is from Varley. It is Varley's like a what? An athleisure brand?
I would call it an athleisure brand. They sell it in Selfridges. It's next to Skims in the athleisure section, you know, like the base layer section.
Yep.
Just so everyone's aware, but it is more popular in America.
This is a long drawstring kind of jacket, if you want a zip-up jacket. These retail... Fleece, if you... No, it's not a shirt, it's a shirling. Or Sherpa, maybe, one of the two. It's not fleece. Either way, it would retail around about 170. I think they went into the sale for like 120, something like that. We'd probably expect to get...
I would list for 100. I would expect any offers over 80. I'm going to cross-list it to Vestiaire because it is a more American brand, and I find it Vestiaire just has a better international audience. eBay's is also very good on GSP, but Vestiaire does have eyes all over the place.
The other thing about this garment is the fact it went into the sale but also sold out afterwards means if you wanted one, you're only going to be able to obviously buy pre-owned now, so that is kind of a bonus.
It's got a good look to it, hasn't it?
I picked this up because this was the new Mistral tag, and
Mistral? Do you say Mistral?
It is Mistral.
Oh my goodness,
What?
Is it?
There's no N in it. It's not Minstrel, is it?
Oh my goodness.
Hang on, is it?
It's Mistral, but
Yeah, it
I've
is.
always seen it as Minstrel.
Okay.
Always.
All right.
My whole life.
It's okay. We're all friends here. It's not a bad thing. You're just very special.
When you said it out loud, I just didn't associate that word with that brand, and it hurt my feelings.
Okay, I won't do it again.
You know
I won't say correct things.
Okay, if you could just avoid that, then that would be helpful. So
Okay.
was that our only purchase in the shop?
Pretty much, yeah. It was quite a quiet one, considering this is the shop you love and that you gush about every time you go in.
Oh, golly gosh. I have the last 2 times I've been in, there's been people with large IKEA bags, and they just go around all the vintage in that shop and bought it all. Because it's so reasonable and so good.
I've just noticed as well on this store here, just as we're seeing, no smoking, no food or drink, and no dogs. Well, I was just going to walk in with my puppy with a cigar in my hand, eating a McDonald's, and they would have chucked me out, wouldn't they?
Yes, Austin. Oh, God. Sometimes I just don't know what to say to that. Anyway.
Talk about this then.
On the shelf, I saw this, and I'm always picking up vintage surf brands, and sometimes they're flops, and sometimes they're all right. And every time Austin looks at me with distaste, I passed him this, and I reluctantly said to him, is this any good? Thinking he's just going to murk me in the middle of the shop. And he goes, oh, yeah, that's really good. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm so proud of myself. This is a 1990s Billabong bum bag.
for anyone who knows about surfwear, at the moment it is having a massive moment in
Which
the
I said
younger
months
community.
ago.
You did indeed, I'm saying. And bit by bit, like t-shirts and stuff, we sold some really good vintage pieces recently. But that's like a, I don't know, between 80 and £100 that's gone up for.
Yeah, it's made in South Korea, and it just
Made in Korea.
Just Korea, and it's 90s Billabong.
Look at this banger though. This is like brand new.
Right, we paid up for this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't normally pay £12. That hurt my feelings a bit, but I'm gonna run with the fact that it's striped. It's smocky. It's got like it's really
It's
nice.
Beautiful.
You could wear it with jeans. You could wear
That's
it with
like that's
skirt.
like Cabbage and Roses vibes more so than
Yeah,
toast,
it's like
isn't it?
it's sort of like, it reminds me of those old men dress nightgowns.
Yeah.
But cut off.
The one that you'd wear like Charles Dickens time with the matching like cap,
Scrooge.
and like a
You
candle.
can never unsee that now.
Yeah.
£12, and I would expect to get 50 back. I'm going to aim for 50. It was a size 14, but it was oversized. It's just a good thing. We paid £3 for that other thing, that bum bag.
And look
fanny
at this
pack.
bad boy I found as well.
Now, we wouldn't normally pick up a lot of COS, but this is new label COS. It's a nice, thick Breton stripe. It's got a contrasting collar.
It's like brand spanking new too. Never
Yeah.
been washed.
Never been washed.
Never been washed. Why is that funny?
Because I don't know why that came to your head. £4.
Well, because sometimes like you can see if a garment's been washed and you can see if it's heavily washed. This was hilarious. You passed me this and you're like, oh, just show this because it's mulberry silk. And I looked at you and said, this is literally the most boring item I've ever seen. What was wrong with them?
The problem is Mulberry's really cool, and we work for Mulberry, as everyone knows. I own many Mulberry handbags, probably too many. And do you know what? I do own a lot, and they're so boring.
They bore me to
They're
tears,
so boring.
honestly. They do.
And there are some classics and things like that, but the clothing.
No, I'm not about the clothing. I'm not talking about the handbags or anything.
Oh
I honestly, I don't know like how they could even call themselves creative directors at that point. Like in that era as well, it's not like, oh, it's just older clothing, so maybe it wasn't as cool. No, look at the brands at that point, like what they were doing.
Some clothing does
Total trash.
Some clothing does go well, but honestly, the plainer things don't. We did at this point go behind the desk because
Illegally.
we break all the rules, because I saw a hat of dreams. So this is a Lock and Co. Lock and Co. hatters. Sorry,
Yep.
I'm trying to think of the word. So this is not a fedora. I get funny about my hats, okay, guys. This is not a fedora. Did you not see any more footage of it?
No, because we actually went back and we didn't buy it on that day, did we? Do you remember?
Okay, it's not a fedora. It's
I'll put a picture in here.
Yeah, we'll put the picture in here. It's got more height to it than a fedora. There's a men's hat. Retail is £325 in a blue sort of like moleskin, like heavy set velvet. Anyway, I tried it on my head, obviously, and obviously I wanted it more than anything else in the world. £25 for a £325 hat. Lock and Co. Hatters is a great brand to look out for. It was on hold. It was on hold for someone else, and I said I want to buy the hat, and they wouldn't let me buy it. So we actually went back today, which was today, and this video was yesterday, and we purchased the hat.
They basically said we close at 4:30. If they haven't collected by 4:30, which they said they would, you can come back tomorrow morning and pick it up. And I said we'll be back in the morning, and we were.
And we purchased it. We'll put in some comps and things for that hat, so you're like aware of what kind of hat it was. This is all about Brown, guys. All about Brown.
Anything from Oliver Brown sells very quickly for great prices.
I like the toweling polo shirts or the 007 range or anything with a graphic on.
Even a pair of shorts.
Or the bulldog shorts are great.
Pretty much everything you can buy from that brand will sell well on the resale market.
All about Brown.
It's expensive stuff to buy retail. Simple.
£4.50. I'm going to get £45 back for that shirt because I am. I just sold a t-shirt.
Talk to me about
for
this. We didn't pick this up, but talk to me about this.
Goose is a knitwear brand, a little bit niche. It's sort of like an independent designer. However, I've sold many pieces from Goose. The last thing I sold was like a Welsh knit lookalike.
Yeah, it was.
And that was, I sold that for 40. But if you can find Goose Cashmere does really well. And I'm going to start saying Goose now because it's actually hurting my brain cells.
I think it's the way you like to say it. Goose. Like moose.
Goose. Anyway, so goose cashmere. It's hard to find comps on because when you put goose in, it just brings up geese. I know that sounds like a really funny thing. It's like when you search lick paint, it brings up like licking things.
Oh. Oh,
Why are you looking at me like
well,
that?
I don't know where that was going.
No, I was just letting you know. Like, sometimes when a brand's got a name or something else, they're hard to find comps on if it's niche.
Yeah, actually, there's quite a few brands which you have that issue
Yeah,
with.
exactly. So you can,
Pipe down.
pipe down.
Anywho, enough of that chitter chat. This is a triple XL KO Kevin Owens shirt from WWE. Everyone knows I collect these shirts. It was £3. It's not new. It's not old. It's kind of maybe 2 or 3 years old. And I picked that up for myself because that's the way I do things.
I have adopted it as a lounge shirt. Please don't at me. I'm not a Kevin Owens fan.
I'm not sure anyone is.
It's just comfortable.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I apologise profusely for boring you to tears. Talk to me about this Zenga. It wasn't Zenga. It was Freud or Freud?
Freud.
Fraud.
Freud?
I don't care at this
Freud.
point. I'm still on
Freud.
Zenga.
Freud. Retail was $275. It's actually nice. It was like a waffle weave, double-breasted suit.
The double W. The waffle weave.
The waffle weave. You know what I mean, though.
I know exactly what you mean.
Double-breasted. Great, good, all right brands to look out for. Also, one of those ones that's sort of like heavily endorsed in TK Maxx.
Yeah, I feel that killed it off.
It did kill it off a little bit.
You almost came back out at me then, didn't you?
I fell over, yes. If you want to tell the world, I walked into the door.
It was just
It didn't open.
It was just too long there. That was just so awkward.
Thank you, Austin.
No, but I'd like to point that out for everyone to notice.
We were in this shop for a very brief
Look
time.
at my bag.
There's so much stuff in there.
Yeah.
We were in this shop for a very short amount of time because there was so many Jans in here.
And look what you found.
This
Talk to me about
is
this.
a candle by Rado. It smelled, honestly, I can't even tell you how it smelled. It smelled heavenly. Austin desperately wanted to keep it, but I wouldn't let him.
I love good smells and candles specifically. What I will say about this, though, is it was out of the box like that and it still smelled amazing, whereas like a lot of candles kind of lose their fragrance.
It was
Do you know
special. What I mean? Anyway, so it's by a brand called By Rado. By Rado is a skincare brand. That's the only reason I knew it, because I like skincare. It was £3.50 box new, but obviously there was a little bit of wear to the box where it'd been my drinks for the day. It was a little bit of wear to the box where it'd been like in a charity shop bag, etc., so on and so forth. Anyway, it was £3.50. I got it because the shop was so busy and I just wanted to get out of there. I was gonna get it anyway. Anyway, I looked it up and retail on that Mama Jumma was 60 quid for a candle.
I'll put a comp up here.
And I fully rate paying out for candles. I'm a big Diptyque fan. I will pay money for good candles. Don't at me. I like a candle. And I sold it within 24 hours. It sold overnight on eBay for £35 all in.
And it was £3.50, no?
So basically that's half of retail, and it was £3.50.
10x.
That's 10x. I probably could have got a little bit more, but I'm happy with 10x. That's how much I put it up for. And so look out for By Rado candles, or any candles. I actually sold a Yankee candle discontinued for $35 also this weekend.
I feel this is the longest outro we've ever done. So I'm going to cut you off there, and bye.